This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado. I'm here with SCP Insurance Group. Since 2015, they have served with a team approach that believes their clients deserve better options and the freedom of choice to meet their insurance needs. I'm joined with Nick and Travis, both owners. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thanks for having us.
Let's start off a little bit about yourself, Nick. You have an extensive history in the insurance and financial services industry with a past experience as a Farmers Insurance Agency owner as well as financial representative with Northwestern Mutual. With a past in sales and management in the baking industry, you're really a family man who loves Colorado, love the people in it. Why the decision to partner up and maybe to better serve the public?
You mentioned I was in financial services, some banking, but originally, actually dating back to college, I was in the property and casualty industry, and I just kind of got called back to that, and it's hard to explain why, but it's one of those things. I felt a pull that way, and then I came back to Farmers, where this guy was at that time. I was a district manager or assistant district manager, met him, and it all just fell into place.
Travis, let me ask you, you've been a small business owner for over 20 years, nearly a decade in the insurance industry. You support your local community as an ambassador for the local Chamber of Commerce. Be it the mountains of Colorado or the beach, you enjoy getting away and spending time with your family. Why is your passion for really building relationships a great fit in this industry?
Well, as a small business owner for so many years, that's how you live, right? You build relationships with your clients. You build relationships with people. I've always had a fond attraction of meeting new people, being able to carry on conversations, and conduct business with people. It's just it's been a natural effect for me, and I've never met too many people I can't talk to or develop a relationship with. And we are in a relationship business. And being able to develop that is very key in what we do, for sure.
That is excellent. Since 2020, a common message out there in the news is really uncertainty. Would you say more than ever, people are kind of yearning for some peace of mind, some protection maybe from the unknown?
Definitely. Every day it seems like, the sky is falling, right? And and that's been going on for quite some time. So yes, and in dealing with our clients, a lot of times the conversations are around just that security. Yes, we're going to take care of you, and giving them kind of that, blanket, if you will, help them feel comfortable, help them feel at ease. It's a lot of what we do on a daily basis.
Yeah, you guys help us sleep at night.
Yes.
Let me ask you, Travis, although we cannot always control what happens in our life, we can control how we are prepared for events that really are out of our control. Should being properly insured in all areas of our life, should that really be a priority for pretty much any adult, regardless if we have dependents or not?
Well, that's the whole key of insurance, right? Insurance is there for when you have that worst case scenario that happens. Something that disrupts your daily living, something that affects your family, that affects your loved ones. That's the reason you have insurance. It is there to protect you and to help get you back on the road to recovery, get you back to square, put you back to where you were before whatever the big incident was. And we try to inform our clients every time that, hey, if you're not bleeding or dying, call us first. Let's make an educated decision about your circumstance, and let's make the right decisions to move you forward and get you back to full as quick as we can.
Speaking of the right decisions, although we all know what insurance is, only with the guidance of a professional such as yourself can we make sure that we're not just insured, but properly insured. How important is it to really sit down with your clients and create a customized plan for them?
Absolutely. That's a daily occurrence for us, and it's shocking sometimes what you see out there, honestly. So many examples I could give. We don't have time for that. But like I said, almost daily we run into somebody who's either just way underinsured, sometimes overinsured. Sometimes they're paying, for coverages that they have absolutely no need for. But more commonly, unfortunately, it is just having a policy that doesn't fit their need, in one way or another. Yeah.
And this isn't a cookie cutter approach. We're talking to everybody's individuals.
Yeah. Correct.
As you both say, life is better with options. Explain for the consumers out there what a direct insurance company with proprietary products versus that of 100% independent agency where you guys are really to place policies with over 24 carriers?
Well, being a former captive agent is the term we like to use for that. You have one product they're selling, right? You have that one benefit, that one option. It maybe fits some of the mold, but it doesn't fit everyone. The beauty of what we're doing now from the brokerage standpoint, there's not too many pieces that we can't find a place for or find a home for in a good platform. And it just gives us so much more flexibility, and it's so much more help for the consumer to be able to have all these options at their disposal. And for us, we put in the information, we put in all the data that we gather after our meeting, and we basically run it once. It spits out all the numbers, and then we take that from that point, and then we build out a full program from there. And it doesn't always go to the same spot, so you just have a lot more choices.
Quite a few to choose from, so it's easy to find something
absolutely.
for somebody. In order to find a truly custom plan that fits the needs for your clients, you truly have more to offer than being, like you said, limited to a provider that may not be the best fit. Is that something you experienced in the past, where you kind of maybe seen somebody, putting a circle inside of a square hole?
Yes, and too often that would occur as a captive agent, and you want to help everybody.
Yeah.
So that feeling as somebody that wants to be that advisor, that wants to help every individual how they need to be helped, it kind of puts a strain on you.
Yeah.
And I think that's why so many captive agents, such as ourselves, decide to go the independent route. And in our case, we even took it an extra step in that we don't have any requirements from any of our carriers. So at the end of the year, if Travelers has a certain requirement and you feel as though you have to place business there to meet that, we don't have any of that. Yeah. So we're never under pressure to put a client with any one of our carriers to meet any requirements of theirs.
That's great.
Yeah.
A step better, what you're saying. I understand having access to multiple companies and products, but is it easy to switch maybe to another company as your situation changes? I imagine you guys have to keep your clients up to date. Does that happen?
Oh, for sure. Every time someone's policies come up for renewal, we look at those, and we have our system set up to where if there's certain increases and things, it automatically alerts us. Yeah. And then we can just go back through because we already have all the information, right? And we can just shop with our other carriers and see who's competitive. And if it makes sense, if we can save them the right money and still put them in a good package, then it makes sense. It's super easy for us to do that.
When you're not captive to just one product, do you feel almost you're able to give more of a objective advice? I mean, basically, you're able to be in their corner and say, this is kind of what we have, and therefore almost let them make that decision based on the education you provide.
Yes, in my experience as a manager with a captive company, I learned that they actually coach the agents how to sell to their individual product. That never felt right to me. You shouldn't have to coach an agent on how to sell their product. Yeah. In our case, we don't ever have to do that because we're able to customize it to the client rather than sell them on a product.
Yeah, we can always do what's right for them. We can always give them the right package. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not just a bumper sticker. Life happens. We place ourselves literally in danger every time we get in the car. Let me ask you this. As a consumer, when we think about auto insurance, we're usually just thinking of damage to our car.
Yep.
Yet we're talking about damage to the people that were hit, or if they hit us.
Absolutely.
It can be a little bit more complicated than people assume. Is this really where a professional can come in and kind of guide you as what you need?
Absolutely. We see quite often the people, again, going back to the being underinsured, carrying lower limits than they need to, and they need a heck of a lot of education around liability limits. A lot of people just jump to, well, my deductible, is lower with this other carrier, and we have to have the conversation to say, yeah, but we're offering you 5 times the amount of liability coverage, which could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just a few $100, in deductible.
That is interesting. I got a young student right now we've been insuring. It's like a little overwhelming for me, understanding everything, very important with a professional. Let's face it, for most of us, many of us, 4 wheels of our single car is not the only way we get around. We've got motorcycles, RVs, off-road, boats, even classic cars. Are these all areas that you guys are able to help out with?
Absolutely. Yeah, we cover all bases from an insurance perspective when it comes to that. That's no problem at all.
So you're naming RVs and everything included
Pick it.
in there.
All your toys, your house, your cars, all the fun stuff.
Excellent.
We even do bicycles. So there you go.
Interesting. Things I never thought of. This is great information for consumers out there, individuals, families. What about a person like myself, a business owner? I mean, there are many insurances that are almost required that I need to get out there and do. Are you able to help the business owner as well?
Yes, every day, we're out there meeting business owners, shaking their hands, and helping them with, their individual plans that they need. Everything from general liability to professional liability. We help with all of those things, and our book is growing fast right now. A lot of business owners, are very price sensitive because, their costs are going up too. So insurance is a way that, we can help them with price and particularly with coverage. Talking about seeing a lot of folks that are not properly insured.
Imagine.
Yeah, on the commercial end, we see some very shocking things.
Yeah.
It's hard to be proper when you realize there's so many different areas to cover.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are able to help from farm, restaurant, contractor insurance to cyber, liquor, landlord. I mean, those are liability things people don't even think about.
Yep.
Workman's comp. With your team approach, are you pretty much able to handle any one of those? And does that begin with a consultation usually?
Absolutely. With any commercial piece of business or any business in general from an insurance perspective, you have to do a dive and get the information, right? You have to have a conversation with the client. You've got to understand what their business needs are, what their business does, how they function, how they operate, revenues, all kinds of stuff like that to actually build out a successful portfolio from the insurance side. You've got to have a lot of information from them.
Interesting. Nick, obviously you love spending your days helping to protect people against the unknown. Limited options were frustrating in your past. You now are able to serve the public fuller. Is it rewarding to provide your clients really with more of these options?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Every day whereas I used to go to bed very frustrated, now not only am I able to, provide, that security for, others, but you kind of feel that yourself. You feel as though you're really helping, those people out there rather than, again, just pushing your product. Yeah.
They're sleeping at night better. You're sleeping at
Absolutely.
night better. Sounds like a good thing. Travis, you have chosen to work in the insurance industry. But for you, this is about people.
Yep.
Really building lasting relationships. Your About page says that you love what you do. Is that still the case?
Oh, 100%. And you don't get into this business if you don't love building relationships with people. If you're just a straight sales guy, you're not going to make it. You have to be able to establish a connection with your clients and be able to understand it. And being an outgoing person, loving to just be around people, talk to different people. You can throw me in a room and I can make my way around and be totally content. It's perfect for what we do. It's a great way for us to. It's even a great outlet for me just to be able to talk to people and meet other people, right? That's just it's a great benefit of the business itself.
That's excellent. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is their website and contact information. On the website, you can see all the products they provide for you. If you're an individual or a family, they will provide you with a customized option. This isn't a one-size-fits-all. They're going to sit down and find out what your needs are, plug it into the machine, and then they're going to come back and analyze that for you and decide what it is best for you. If you're a business owner out there and you need to sleep well at night, making sure that you're properly insured. Many insurances out there for businesses. Definitely set up a consultation. It's a free consultation. These guys are licensed in 45 states. They're basically there to help you. That is Snow-Capped Peaks Insurance Group, providing you the freedom that an independent agency can offer you more options for you or your business. Let them put their decades of experience to work for you. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.